Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I have got something really cool for you today. I've been waiting for this watch to come out for, gosh, 6 months now, ever since it was announced at Baselworld back in May, and I'm really excited. Today we have the Bulova Oceanographer Special Edition Devil Diver 200-meter automatic diver, and this is model number 98B320. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this brand new special edition from Bulova. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for many of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both links in the description field for you. So here you go, Bulova watch box. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Now, because this is a special edition, this watch box is going to be a little bit different. This is actually one of two, well, one's a special edition and one is a limited edition. Of course, I told you in the last review, the difference between a special edition and a limited edition is that a special edition, there's just something special about it. But there's no cap on the amount of watches they're going to make. On a limited edition, there is only going to be a certain number of watches that they make, and this is the special edition and or the cheaper version. Anyway, pretty cool. So let's open this thing up. Different Bulova box, there you go. You don't get much paperwork with this thing. You just get this little, looks like owner's manual down here, maybe / warranty card. Let me see. Let me look here. Yeah, this looks like just the warranty. Yeah, with a little bit of owner's manual stuff in the front. Instruction manual in the front, and warranty stuff in the back. So there you go. That's really the only piece of paperwork that you get with this watch. Nice watch box, really cool looking watch box. I like that. Let's go ahead and take this thing off the pillow here. And let's get more into this thing. All right. So there you go. Now, as usual, I'll go ahead and put up all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen. There we go. All right. Now you're looking at a 44 millimeter case. It's 15 millimeters thick. It's 46 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 22 millimeter Jubilee bracelet. It's got a sapphire crystal with an AR coating. It has a date magnifier under the crystal, which is really cool. I've never actually seen that before. Really cool. You have a, well, I'm guessing this is a Miyota 8215, but I'm not sure. Bulova doesn't tell us which automatic movement goes in this thing, but I'm guessing it's probably a Miyota 8215, and I'll talk more about that later. You're looking at a power reserve of about 40 hours. It is windable, but it is not hackable, surprisingly. I'm really surprised about that. Of course, water resistance, which is 200 meters. Lume, I'm not quite sure what lume they're using, but it's pretty decent, and of course, I'll show you that later as well. You have a signed screw-down crown over here at 3 o'clock. I'll talk more about this. I like the fact that it kind of screws into the case a little bit. I like that. Of course, you have the date window over there at 3 o'clock as well with a nice chrome frame around it. You do not have a day function, but you also have a 120-click unidirectional bezel. So there you go, guys. Now, basically what I'll do is I'll go ahead and go over the pros and the cons with this. I like the watch overall, I really do, but there are a few things I wish Bulova had done differently. But anyway, like I said, I've been waiting for about 6 months since this came out at Baselworld back in May, I believe. Really interested in just about any automatic watch to begin with. But the fact that Bulova is doing this through their archive series, and they're basically bringing these watches back that haven't been around in, gosh, at least 35 years. And these are pretty faithful reproductions to the originals with a few minor tweaks like case size and obviously movement and some other stuff. But so far as looks go, they are fantastic looking. I love the way these Oceanographers / Devil Divers look, man. Just fantastic looking watches. Now, they do obviously remind you of the reissue of the Seiko Turtle. They're from the same time period. And the orange one, the limited edition version, really reminds me of a Doxa, and I'll go ahead and put that up on the left-hand side of the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. In fact, I'll put both watches, the Doxa and the limited edition of this watch, the Devil Diver, on the left-hand side of the screen for you. So take a look at that. Of course, all of them have cushion-style cases, so you're familiar with this, where the case it tapers down right here, so it wears really nicely and really comfortable on the wrist. This watch is really blinged out. I mean, just about every single surface is polished, besides the middle section of the links right there. Really polished watch. So let's go over, I guess, the stuff that I really like. Again, I like the look, even though it is reminiscent of some Seikos and, like I said, that Doxa. I love that framed date window. Really, really like that. It really does separate that date from the rest of the dial. Now, I guess the biggest like are these indexes. They're kind of like an opaque, like pearl jewel style. They're semi-transparent, and they just look like little tiny pearls have been attached to the dial. I love it. I've never seen a watch that had these type of indexes where obviously they're totally, applied. They're three-dimensional. They're big. They have that cool kind of creamy, opaque-ish, pearly color to them. Absolutely love the look of this watch, man. Fantastic looking watch. In fact, let me wind it up just a little bit for you so you can see it ticking away here. And again, I'm really probably one of the only two things I don't like about the watch is that it's not hackable. For what you're going to pay for this, guys, you really need to have that hacking feature. It's a little unforgivable to me that you don't on a watch in this price range, and the fact that it's 2018. I know why they did it. They did it to save a little bit of money on the movement, but man, you got to have hacking in 2018. I mean, this isn't like a 20-year-old, 007 from Seiko. This is, a modern reinterpretation of an old model, but you really should have hacking. Anyway, what else? I like the baton style hands, tons of lume in there. I love the lollipop on the end of the second hand. It's got quite a bit of writing on the dial, but it's not a big deal. And we'll talk about this applied Bulova logo up here, which is my other pet peeve with this watch. But you got Oceanographer there, you got automatic, snorkel, and then 666 feet at the bottom. You can see the bullseye. You got the red lines there that form that bullseye. And let me move the minute hand for you so you can see that a little bit better. We can also talk about that applied Bulova logo. Let's go ahead and just put it down there. There we go. All right. Now, the deal with the Bulova logo, and I'm going to go ahead and put a picture up on the screen to kind of explain a little bit better what I'm talking about. If you look at the logo, you can see it's got those spaces in between the letters. And this was done on purpose. So the word Bulova is just one piece. But they should have done something with those. See those white spots in between the letters? They should have blacked those out with some black paint or something. And I'll show you in a better picture. Let me put this picture up and I'll show you even better what I'm talking about. You might be able to see it now. But as you can see, man, they really needed to black out those kind of like white spots. It's just areas of the logo that are not chromed. But when you look at it in the wrong light, it just looks super duper cheap, man. Anyway, they really should have applied each letter independently instead of using, and I know they were trying to go with like the old type font, that old style of, all those continuous letters. Like when you look at Mercedes, the logo, it's, everything is continuous, well, at least it was back in the day. And I know what they were trying to do, but they need to do a better job with the logo. I really, really don't like that. I wish they could have even just, screen printed it on the dial. And I think that would have been better than what they did here. So really, really disappointed about that. But, not a huge deal, but something I wish they would, have changed. And this is the same thing in the limited edition. They did the exact same thing where that all of those letters are not independently applied. It's just one little piece. And they, stick it to the dial, but it's got those non-chromed areas between the letters. So anyway, disappointed. So enough about that. One other thing I do like is the bezel. Great click action. No back play whatsoever. Again, 120 click aluminum insert bezel with absolutely no back play. Lines up perfectly with the 12 o'clock index. So I do like that a lot. All right, let me see what else. I guess I'll start with the cons. I think it's a little bit too big at 44 millimeters. They could have sized it down just a little bit. 42, I think, would have been perfect. The limited edition version, the one with the orange dial, is 40 millimeters. And for me, the sweet spot literally is about 42 millimeters. Anything bigger, it's too big. Anything smaller, I'm like, eh. We've already talked about the joined letters. I don't like Jubilee bracelets. I've just never been, they're too twisty. I don't like that twist in them. I've just never been a fan of Jubilee bracelets. I mean, it's pretty comfortable, but I would put this on a different watch strap, get a NATO or something, neat. I've never been, it's a decent quality bracelet, and you do have screw-in links there. I don't know if y'all can see that. There you go. You wipe it off there. You've got some screw-in links, which is nice, but I just don't like, this is just a personal preference. You know, a lot of you guys might absolutely love this, but I just don't like Jubilee bracelets. It is, like I said, a decent bracelet. You've got, looks like 3 micro adjustments right there. You've got a signed clasp, stamped metal right there. Not a big deal, but on a watch this expensive, I would have, you know, expected a machined clasp, something a little more, you know, kind of suited to a watch in this price range. This is just stamped metal. Anyway, so there you go with the bracelet. Case back, pretty unremarkable. You've got some laser etching around the edges there. You know, it shows you the Bulova logo, and it tells you the model number, sapphire crystal, yada, yada, yada. 666 feet water resistant. Nothing really spectacular about the case back. Not bad. Not too bad. Anyway, so what else? That's really about it for this thing. Again, it's very polished, very blingy looking. And I like this watch, but I think the limited edition version, the one with the orange dial, is probably a lot better. Better movement, better overall finishing, probably just a little bit better of everything. But, you know, it's going to be a limited edition. It's almost twice the price of this. So if you want to spend the big bucks and get the even more faithful recreation of the Oceanographer Devil Diver, that's the one you might want to go with. But this isn't bad at all. I mean, it's going to serve you well. Again, you know, whether you like the bracelet or not, it's a fantastic looking watch. It does have a Miyota movement. And of course, you know, Miyota and Bulova are owned by Citizen, by the way. So it has a fantastic movement. Maybe it's a little bit older school of a movement. Again, I wish I had that hacking function. But guys, just on looks alone, man, this is a fantastic looking watch. So let's go ahead and let me try it on for you. I think it's a little bit big. Let me see here. Come on, it's not trying on. Let me try this again. All right, here we go. There we go. Good wrist presses. I mean, it reminds me a lot of my Patty, of my Seiko Turtle Patty. It really does. I mean, of course, it doesn't have the blue. It's got like a Coke type of theme going there, the Coke bezel. But it feels good, I have to admit. Maybe I have to rethink my opinion on Jubilee bracelets because it feels pretty good. Damn it. Okay, maybe I like Jubilee bracelets now. Maybe the ones I got before were just super crappy. This is actually pretty nice. All right, I'm still on the fence, but I don't know. Who knows? I can't make up my mind. All right, so there it is on the wrist. Let's go ahead and do a Lume shot. Let me kill the studio light. Let's kill the monitor. And you're going to like this Lume, guys. I promise you. Again, I couldn't find out what type of Lume they were using, but you're going to like this Lume. It's pretty good for the money. I'm guessing it's probably Super Luminova, some version, maybe BGW9 or what is it, C3 or something? I can't remember the other versions. But there you go. Pretty decent Lume. I can't really fault the Lume at all. I love those indexes, man. Those are really, really cool looking. Look, it's not fading at all. It's an even application of the Lume, which is really nice. This is a nice watch. Oh, I also wanted to talk about, let me go and cut everything back on here. I want to talk about this, this crown. I like how it screws into the case a little bit. See that right there? I like that. It kind of screws into the case, and it gives you, so that crown is not really exposed that much. When you open it up, nice crown pop. There you go. One position, then 2 position, and see, it doesn't hack, and that's a little disappointing. But you know, I guess you can't have everything. I mean, you can have everything, but it's just going to cost you more. So anyway. So guys, that's been about it. Now, if you want this, go over to Amazon and pick one up. They are currently between $650 and $750. I think retail on this is $795 right now. So if you want one, it's a little bit off of retail. You know, really, they're kind of going between $650 and $750. The market's kind of figuring out, you know, what price to assign these watches, how popular they are. Again, with this being a special edition, not a limited edition, there's no limit on how many they're going to make. So you might want to hold off, maybe give it a couple weeks and see if prices kind of settle down anywhere, you know, between $550 and $750. So, you know, it's kind of, you know, just give it a little bit of time and see where the prices fall. So, guys, again, that's been about it for this one. Also, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you click that notification bell. And, of course, make sure you check on Amazon if you want to and pick one of these up. And, guys, that's been about it for this one. This has been the Bulova Oceanographer Special Edition Devil Diver 200-meter automatic diver. And this is model number 98B320. Again, one of two from the new Archive series, the new Oceanographer Archive series. I guess the orange style version is going to drop probably later this year. I'm guessing maybe in a month or two. So if you want to wait for that one, you know, obviously it's a great watch as well. Go ahead and pick that one up later on this month. And until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.